Well, welcome back to the tunnel build, everybody. Now, I was hoping to wait a while before I did this, but I came in and I found this on the tunnel roof or on the top of the plastic. Big ass bird prints. Now, I'm going to be mortified if anything sits on top of here and pecks a hole. So, I'm going to have to push on and get something done to stop the birds from sitting on top and potentially pecking a hole in the plastic. So I'll go outside and show you what I'm planning to do. Right, well, my cunning plan is to put up two big posts either end of the tunnel just outside with a cross member, a bit like a goal post, and then stretch some bunting and a bit of what they call it, clothesline wire from top to bottom. I've done two. I've put two posts down that end, but I'll just show you what I've done and how I've done it. All right, so I'm going to put goalposts up. So first thing we've done is dig two massive holes, just over 2 foot deep, either end, one there and one there, to put our uprights in. And I'm just going to mark them out now, and I'll show you how I've done that. Right, so what I've done is I've measured off from there to there, either side, and put a long bit of batten across, so I know I'm parallel with the end of the tunnel. Drilled two holes and put in these pins. This is just threaded bar. I told you it's useful for everything. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know what I mean. And then I've cut another piece of batten and put that central to the holes, and I've measured the diagonal from that corner to there and from that corner to there, got it central, and then put in the pins. That way, when I go to put my posts in, I know if I'm butting up against that one and that one, I'm in the right place, and all I got to do then is worry about putting in the bracings to keep it vertical. All right, so that's what we've done. That gives us our positions nice and parallel with the end of the tunnel and central. All right, hope that makes sense. Right, put some posts up. Then I got to mix more concrete. I thought I'd finish with concrete, but there we go. Right, this better work. Right, so with the posts in, this might make a bit more sense. Obviously, they're butted up against that one, so the bottoms are in the right position. And then we've just braced up two ways just to stop them moving. And I've got it. I'll go back a bit, then it'll make more sense. If you can see, I've got them leaning back a little bit, because when we put the tension, it's not going to be a lot of tension, but it will be a little bit of the bunting and the washing line going down the tunnel. That might pull them upright a little bit. All right, so there they are in position, ready to go. I'll mix up some concrete, put some concrete around it. You've seen me mix concrete before. All right, beauty. Right, so now we've got the posts in and concreted in. Nothing too fancy about that. I have treated the ends with Creocoat before I put them in the ground. I'll do the rest at a later date. I just wanted to get these in and get them up. And where you're doing your concrete in, come up out of the ground and slope your concrete away from your posts. Then the water won't collect in there. you know, it'll shed the water. And there's another part to doing this where, I mean, yeah, me over the top. What I do, or I'm going to do when it dries out, is run a bead of CT1 silicone, best stuff on the planet for joining stuff. Bit of CT1 around there, and then that will take up the expansion where it dries and swells. And I'll also paint around the top of that with bitumastic paint, and that'll help really shed the water away and hopefully try and reduce the amount of rot that you get right at the bottom of a post. All right, so that's them in, concreted in. I'll let them dry off for a few days, really go hard, and then we'll put the cross piece across the top and then string our bunting and washing line down the length of the tunnel, and then hopefully that'll keep those pesky birds off. Right, so there we go, concreted in, and we've put the cross member across the top, the goalpost, and then we've hung our flags, bunting and washing line down the length to the bottom end. Now, the theory's good, my execution, yeah, not so good, and I'll tell you what I would do to improve it. This crossbar, too low. Should have had it another 6 to 8 inches higher, because when I pulled the clothesline, I struggled to get the height over the top of the tunnel, and it's a little bit close to the top of the tunnel. So I would go a little bit higher. And as for the bunting, if that lasts a day, I'll be surprised. It's pretty poor. Maybe use someone else, like you can hang CDs and things like that up there, just something to distract the birds. The clothesline, that worked really well, and I've got provision on the back with a few more screws up there that I can put more clothesline down the length of it once the flags let go and disappear, which will probably be tomorrow. But apart from that, I think it'll work at keeping the birds off. One last thing, if you can, I mean, I use 4x2 timber. It's not really man enough, I've got to be honest, but it's what I had. If you can get 4x4, or what I probably should have done is bolt 2 lots of this together. That would have given me a lot more strength. It's a bit wibbly wobbly that way, nothing serious, and there is a bit of flex that way, and I think a bigger post would have sorted that out. So apart from bigger posts, don't use bunting and go higher, I've done a brilliant job. So hopefully that'll keep the rooks and pheasants and birds off the top and stop them pecking a hole in me tunnel, because I'd cry because it's new and shiny and everything. Right, that's it on a bit of a stormy night. Thanks for watching. Cheers and gone.